This year has been a very exciting year for NextTECHnow because for the last 2 years we've been having an outreach program with startups in Tech City, predominantly Tech City in London, but also on a few other centres around the country. But this year we've seen such a growth in the desire from clients to bring more inspiration, technological inspiration into the work which we provide for them, that we've expanded it quite dramatically, particularly in the areas of data, mobile, social and content. And really what NextTECHnow is, it's many things. We do have a lot of events where we bring startups into the building here, where we actually get them to meet clients and meet planners and business directors. But really the essence of NextTECHnow is about looking at a client brief, because obviously we're getting briefs in all the time, and saying, is there an element of the solution here that can be solved by new technology? And if we think this brief is all about engaging through social media in a new way and a more proactive and effective way, then we actually trawl all our contacts within the Tech City communities, like I say, here in London, but also in Hull, in Bristol, in Newcastle, and increasingly around Europe, in Stockholm, in Berlin and Barcelona. And what we do is actually connect those startups to the brief, and we actually get them involved in the whole process. And this is really getting a lot of traction because it complements what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. It certainly supports what we're doing with some very, very big partnerships, tech partnerships with the likes of Google and Facebook and Twitter. But quite often, a lot of these new nascent technological startups can enhance those experiences to actually produce something quite novel, exciting and very new. Well, this has been a boom for us because Old Street is only just over a mile away. The wonderful facilities we have here, particularly on the 5th floor, with the space we have there, we have a lot of, like I say, we have a lot of events. So even yesterday we had something we call Tech at Turnmill. So startups love working in different workspaces. They're very comfortable with being in a very open plan environment. So what we did yesterday, we actually had 5 startups who were based on the 5th floor, and for that day we actually got each business team to come up and meet them and discuss briefs that they have ongoing at the moment. And on the back of that, we have some wonderful conversations with the likes of companies like Landmark and Joule and Vidsy and Opener. Some very, very interesting developments which will come to fruition. So it works really well. It really works. But this building has definitely helped and really put SMG even more on the map with the tech startup community. At the moment, NextTECHnow is very much an SMG a capability. It is actually its own trading division of SMG now. And what we are looking at is actually expanding that into more markets. What we would be doing, like Demexco and the village there, would be seeing, are there any startups which would want to join our ecosystem? So we currently have about 100 startups who are on our directory. So when we get those briefs, we have 2 ways of connecting a startup to that client. One is we actually look at all the companies that we've got to know pretty well over the last year, 18 months, and say, oh, we know what that technology is, we think it's really good for that. So if it's a response type client and it's trying to improve the registrations on an online form, we know some very smart tech to actually looks at the best way to improve those response rates. If we're trying to do anything which is like sharing, maybe sharing social content in a quicker and a more inclusive way amongst certain targets, we've got some technology for that. If we try to improve the way that online video is streamed, or research, which is maybe using, there's a company called Street Bees, which is actually using researchers on the ground to give us insights in real time. We sort of got to know them, but with Demexco, what we would see is a new source of startups to be introduced to our clients, to be part of the NextTECHnow. I think we do things, I mean, every agency, it's very hot for agencies to get excited about startups, because we all like new shiny things. And agencies all have different models. Some try to become accelerators in their own right, maybe having 12 startups, which they really mentor and hopefully produce, one day they may become unicorns or the next Twitter or Facebook. Our approach is we don't favour any particular startups. The starting point is the client and the client brief. And we just want to meet as many startups as possible who can answer them. So we've got, like I say, we've got our own media village here, and DMEXCO will be an opportunity to actually get to know some new startups to bring them into our camp. Something which we are, and this is something for agencies to be very aware of. We deal with media owners, and sometimes like the Skies or the Google or the ITVs or the Telegraph Group. And these are big operations, and they have a big sales team. Most of these startups we deal with have between 6 and 10 people. And it's very important how we treat the startups if we want them to keep coming back with solutions to our ideas. And something which we're very, very proud of, and we really do develop this, is our reputation within the startup community, because we want to be seen as a friend of the startups. So more startups say, oh, if you get a call from the Starcom MediaVest Group, you really want to get in and see them because they respect you well, they give you good access to clients, and also we help them manage the whole process. Now, this building has helped us there because we have the facilities here to help startups actually do their actual work in this building, and also because they have the access to the business directors as well. So it's a win-win for everyone. But our reasoning why we do NextTECHnow and why we work with startups is really about improving the quality of the work and making clients think, oh, Starcom MediaVest Group, they're making some good new partnerships. Because I'm sure you've heard this from other people, the future is all about partnerships. A long time ago, an agency might have felt that it could do everything. The world has changed a lot like that. Things are moving very, very fast. So what we're doing is just trying to make as many new partners as possible and bring them into our clients.